Hey, quick question, and I actually want you to think about this one. When you open your savings app and check that number, how does it feel? Does it feel like you're getting somewhere, like real progress? Or does it feel like you're running, but honestly, the finish line just keeps moving? You're being disciplined, you're consistent, you're doing everything they told you to do, and it still doesn't feel like enough. Here's the thing, that's not a motivation problem, that's a strategy problem. Because saving more money past a certain point doesn't actually build wealth. It quietly kills it. And I can prove that with numbers that are genuinely going to shake you a little. There's a number I want to show you today. Not some theory, not a quote from a book, a real specific calculation. The kind that most people in their 20s and 30s will go their whole lives without ever seeing. Not because it's hidden, not because it's complicated, just nobody thinks to show them. Okay, so there's this guy. Let's call him Ethan. Ethan is 27. He makes $68,000 a year, drives a used Honda, packs his lunch every single day. He has $22,000 sitting in a high-yield savings account earning 4.5%. By every measure, Ethan is doing the work. He's responsible. He's the one people point to and say, yeah, that's the guy. But his college roommate, Jordan, makes the exact same salary. Jordan has $9,000 in savings, went on 2 vacations last year, bought a nice camera, but also Jordan invested $800 a month into index funds. At first glance, Ethan looks like the winner of this story. He's not. Here's what most people completely miss about money. Like, honestly, this is the part nobody talks about. A dollar sitting in savings is not a safe dollar. It's a dollar making a choice. And right now, even the good savings accounts, they're losing ground against real inflation once you account for taxes on that interest. Meanwhile, the S&P 500, going all the way back to 1974, accounting for crashes, recessions, 2008, COVID, all of it, has averaged just over 10% annually. Think about it. That $22,000 Ethan is sitting on, in 20 years at 4.5%, it becomes roughly $53,000. Jordan's $9,000 in savings plus consistent monthly investing somewhere between $580,000 and $650,000, depending on timing and market conditions. I'm giving you a range because this isn't a magic trick. Same salary, same starting point, wildly different finish line. Trap number 1. I call this the hoarding illusion. Your brain sees saved money as safe, and you know what? Emotionally, it feels amazing to watch that number climb. I get it. But safe isn't the same as growth, and for people in their 20s and 30s, growth is everything. Time in the market is a superpower you only get to use once. Every month your money sits in savings instead of compounding, that's a return you will never, ever get back. The goal isn't to save money. The goal is to make money work. And saving too much just keeps it unemployed. But here's why Trap 1 is so hard to escape. The reason you keep over-saving isn't laziness, isn't ignorance, it's something a lot more personal than that. Which brings me to Trap 2, and this is the one nobody in this space wants to say out loud. Okay, trap number 2, the security blanket lie. A lot of people, especially in their late 20s and early 30s, grew up watching their parents struggle. Job losses, medical debt, that low-level financial anxiety that just kind of lived at the dinner table. So you oversave, not because a spreadsheet says to, because your nervous system demands it. And look, a 3 to 6 month emergency fund, absolutely necessary, non-negotiable. But $22,000, $40,000, $60,000 just sitting in cash? That's not security, that's fear wearing a suit. And fear, honestly, is expensive. Trap number 3, the optimization obsession. You're out here comparing high-yield savings accounts, switching for 0.1% better APY, deep in forums debating whether to fund your Roth IRA before or after your HSA. Meanwhile, the single biggest ROI opportunity you have, just consistently investing in broad index funds, just keeps waiting. Optimizing your savings is like polishing your car instead of driving it. Okay, I want to be honest with you about something for a second. Everything we've talked about so far, that's the financial side of this problem. There's a psychological side too, and honestly, that's the harder one to fix. Because most people, even after watching a video exactly like this one, will go back to their savings app tomorrow and do nothing differently. Not because they don't want to change, because their nervous system won't let them. I want to talk about that before we get to the framework, because the framework only works if you actually use it. Let's make this real. If you're 28 right now and you're sitting on $30,000 in savings beyond your emergency fund, you are holding a time bomb. Not because the money is dangerous, because every single month that money sits still, compound interest is working for someone else's future, not yours. The wealthy don't think about money in terms of what they save. They think about what it's doing. Your money should have a job, every dollar, every month. A savings account isn't a job, it's a waiting room. You don't get wealthy by protecting dollars, you get wealthy by deploying them. So what do you actually do? Here's the framework. I call it Save Smart, Deploy Faster. Step 1, build your real emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of actual living expenses. Pick a number, hit it, then stop. Step 2, every dollar beyond that emergency fund gets assigned a destination before the month ends. Not a vague intention, a specific one. A ticker symbol, an account name, a transfer date. You're not deciding whether to invest, you're only deciding where. Specificity is what turns a plan into an action. Step 3, automate the transfer before your emotions can talk you out of it. Set the date, set the amount, then remove yourself from the equation entirely. The version of you that set it up was thinking clearly. Let that version run your money, not the version that checks the market on a bad Tuesday morning and panics. And remember Ethan and Jordan? Ethan eventually figured this out. At 31, he shifted strategy, moved his excess savings into a simple 3-fund portfolio, didn't become a day trader, didn't pick stocks, he just deployed. And now, on paper, he and Jordan are within $40,000 of each other, even though Jordan had a 4-year head start. The gap almost closed, but it never fully will, because time you lose to oversaving, you cannot buy it back. Here's what I want you to sit with after this. Saving money isn't a virtue. Saving money strategically with a deployment plan and a deadline, that's a virtue. The person who retires early isn't the one who sacrificed the most. It's the one who moved the fastest with the money they had. So before you add another $500 to a savings account this month, just ask yourself, is this money working or is it just waiting? If this hit different, you know what to do. Hit like. No explanation needed, no essay required, just a quick tap if it was worth your time. And honestly, if you've got a friend sitting on a pile of cash right now, going nowhere, send them this. Not in a lectury way, just drop it in their DMs. Let the video do the talking. And if you're not subscribed yet, do it now. More videos like this, no fluff, no filler, just the stuff that actually moves the needle on your finances. I'll see you there.